Welcome to the Namibia Oil and Gas Podcast, your weekly gateway to the latest news and developments shaping Namibia's dynamic oil and gas sector. It's Monday, 10th February 2025, and I'm Taniel Colosses.
And I'm Kobus Steyser.
With the latest news, updates, and insights from the Namibia oil and gas industry.
This week's top headlines.
SNC Incorporated advises ReconAfrica on sale of a 20% stake in PEL73 to BW Energy.
TotalEnergies advances drilling in Namibia's Orange Basin.
Africa Oil Corp completes Tambodi 1X well testing and begins Marula 1X drilling.
Future Energy Services appoints Aaron Shandubu as general manager.
TotalEnergies Namibia project faces adjustments.
In memoriam, His Excellency Dr. Sam Nujoma, 1929 to 2025.
Namibia's oil and gas industry is evolving. Are you ready to lead the way? RD Namibia Energy Consultancy is your trusted partner in natural resources media management, data analytics, and stakeholder engagement. We're building a first-of-its-kind resource hub, shaping the future with cutting-edge digital assets. Whether you're a local enterprise or an international investor, now is the time to connect. Partner with RD and navigate Namibia's energy sector with confidence. Visit www.namibiaoilandgas.com today.
SNC Incorporated has played a key role in advising ReconAfrica on the sale of a 20% working interest in PEL73 to BW Energy, valued at $16 million. This strategic farm-down deal ensures continued investment and development in the region's energy industry. SNC Incorporated worked closely with Park Energy Law to draft and negotiate agreements, handle regulatory approvals, and secure necessary clearances from the Namibia Competition Commission. With this transaction complete, the new ownership structure now stands at ReconAfrica with 70%, BW Energy at 20%, and Namcor retaining its 10% stake. SNC Incorporated's managing partner, Shakwa Nyambe, highlighted the firm's deep expertise in Namibia's energy regulatory landscape, ensuring a seamless approval process. Their ability to negotiate legal and business complexities reinforces their commitment to facilitating investment and growth in the sector. This deal marks yet another milestone in strengthening Namibia's presence in the global oil and gas market.
TotalEnergies has kicked off exploration on its next oil prospect, with the Deep-Sea Mira rig leading operations in Block 2913B. This follows the completion of the Tamboti 1X well, which confirmed the presence of oil in lower quality sandstones. Now, attention shifts to Marula 1X, an exploration target in the promising Marula Fan complex. The joint venture is also planning to drill the Olympi 1X prospect later this year, aiming to unlock even more resources in this highly prospective area. TotalEnergies, with 50.5% stake in the block, is joined by Qatar Energy, Impact Oil and Gas, and Namibia's Namcor. The company remains optimistic about its findings and continues to evaluate commercial viability. With Namibia's offshore basin emerging as a new exploration hotspot, all eyes are on these wells to see if they can deliver game-changing results for the country's energy sector.
Africa Oil Corp, through its investing company Impact Oil and Gas, has announced the completion of testing at the Tambodi 1X exploration well and the spudding of the Marula 1X well in Block 2913B. Initial tests at Tambodi 1X confirmed the presence of black oil within an 85-meter reservoir, with results now under detailed analysis. The Marula 1X well, spudded on February 3rd, targets the Albion H sandstones of the Marula Fan complex, an area with high exploration potential. The ongoing drilling campaign could significantly impact Namibia's offshore energy outlook. The joint venture led by TotalEnergies expects to drill additional prospects like Odompe 1X later this year. Meanwhile, development studies for the Venus field continues, with final investment decision expected by mid-2026. If all goes as planned, Venus could become the first major oil production hub in Namibia, delivering around 150,000 barrels per day.
Exciting leadership changes at Future Energy Services. The company has appointed Aaron Shandubu as its new general manager effective February 1, 2025. Expressing his enthusiasm for the role, Shandubu emphasized his commitment to innovation and strategic growth within the energy space.
I'm deeply honored to join Future Energy's services as the general manager. I'm eager to leverage my experience in business development and strategy to drive sustainable growth and innovation. Together with the talented team at Future Energies, we will work towards enhancing Namibia's energy security, economic development, and long-term sustainability.
Future Energy Services, a 100% Namibian-owned company, remains dedicated to advancing renewable energy, green hydrogen, and clean energy solutions. Operating as the corporate wing of the Namibia Youth Energy Forum, the company continues to champion youth participation in shaping Namibia's sustainable energy future.
TotalEnergies has revised its timeline and expectations for its offshore oil project in Namibia. While an initial investment decision was projected for 2025, the French oil giant now anticipates making its final call in 2026. The project's production capacity has also been adjusted to 150,000 barrels per day, slightly lower than the earlier estimate of 160,000 barrels. Challenges in achieving a break-even cost under $20 per barrel have complicated the process, particularly due to an higher than expected gas content in the oil reservoirs. Despite these hurdles, TotalEnergies remains committed to developing its Namibian assets. Recent exploration setbacks by Shell and Chevron have raised concern, but Namibia's offshore fields still hold great promise. If TotalEnergies can navigate these economic and technical challenges, the country could see its first major oil production in the coming years, transforming its energy landscape.
Namibia Oil and Gas mourns the passing of Dr. Sam Nujoma, Namibia's founding president and a towering figure in our country's history. His unwavering support, sacrifice, and dedication to Namibia's liberation laid the foundation for the nation we proudly call home today. Dr. Nujoma's legacy extends beyond politics. His vision for an independent, self-sustaining Namibia continues to inspire generations. As we reflect on his contributions, we honor his commitment to progress, unity, and national development. Communications and Stakeholder Engagement Officer at Petrofund, Shoki Kanjimi, shared their condolences.
Namibia has lost a gallant leader, an icon, a leader of the Namibia Revolution, and we take this opportunity to extend our deepest condolences to the Nujoma family and to the Republic of Namibia, as the late President Sam Savishuna Nujoma was known as the father of the nation. And we really are in prayers with the nation, especially when our organization was founded during his tenure as president back in 1993. So, of course, through his administration, an idea was birthed in the form of the Petroleum Training and Education Fund known as Petrofund. So we just want to extend once again our deepest condolences to the Nujoma family and to the Namibian nation.
More messages of support continue to flow for the Namibian people. Our deepest condolences to his family, the people of Namibia, and all who were touched by his remarkable life. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Namibia Oil and Gas podcast. I am Tanil Kokoses.
And I'm Kobus Taser.
If you would like to contribute with news and information, please contact us at info@namibiaoilandgas.com. For more news, information, resources, and updates of the week, visit www.namibiaoilandgas.com. Join us next time as we continue to explore the top stories driving Namibia's energy future.